and Honorable Luciano Veloso. Ex officio members, Honorable Elani Marie Lacuna and Honorable Juliana Ray Ibay. Your Honor, as of 4:29 in the afternoon, we have 21 members on this 145th regular session.
21 members answered the first roll call. We have a quorum. Majority Floor Leader.
Your Honor, we are now on item number 7, the reading and approval of the minutes of the regular session held on April 16, 2024. I move, Your Honor, that we dispense with the reading of the said minutes.
There is a motion by the Majority Floor Leader. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
I move, Your Honor, that we approve the minutes of the regular session held on April 16, 2024.
There is a motion by the Majority Floor Leader to approve the minutes of the regular session held on April 16, 2024. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Your Honor, we're on item number 8, business for the day. May I ask our secretary to read all items under item number 8.
Mr. Secretary, please read.
Item number 1, a letter from Mr. Gilbert P. Sugay, MPA, City Government Assistant Department Head 3, Assistant Director, Manila Barangay Bureau, relative to the Barangay Resolution number 080 of 2024 of Barangay 423, Zone 43, District 4, Manila, entitled A Resolution Recommending the Suspension of Barangay Kagawad Maricel C. Ulanday for appropriate action as per basic papers.
I move, Your Honor, to refer item number 1 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
There's a motion by the Majority Floor Leader to refer item number 1 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Item number 2, a letter from Attorney Salvacion Z. Bacay, CESO 5, OIC Public Affairs and Communication Service, DLJ, Quezon City, relative to the email of Josa Gidao with regard to the alleged negligence of duty of Barangay Kagawad Jobert Manalo, Barangay 808, Manila, for appropriate action as per basic papers.
I move, Your Honor, that we refer item number 2 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
There is a motion by the Majority Floor Leader to refer item number 2 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Item number 3, a letter from Punong Barangay Mary Grace B. Villarubio of Barangay 130, Zone 11, District 1, Manila, relative to the approved Barangay Ordinance number 01, series of 2024, entitled An Ordinance Designating Eduque Street as a One-Way Road in Barangay 130, Zone 11, District 1, City of Manila, requesting policy review as per basic papers.
I move, Your Honor, that we refer item number 3 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
There is a motion to refer item number 3 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Item number 4, a letter from Punong Barangay Sigfred B. Hernani of Barangay 128, Zone 10, District 1, Manila, relative to the Barangay Ordinance number 2024-01, entitled An Ordinance strictly aims to reduce on using single-use plastic bags on the day of Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and promoting environment-friendly alternatives to carry dry and wet goods purchased from outside and inside the jurisdiction of Barangay 128. This is applicable to all residents and business establishments in Barangay 128, Zone 10, District 1, Manila, requesting policy review as per basic papers.
I move, Your Honor, that we refer item number 4 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
There is a motion to refer item number 4 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Your Honor, we're on item number 5, draft ordinance 8711, for second reading. The Committee on Environmental Protection, Ecological Preservation, Sanitation, and Animal Welfare have rendered its committee report. I move that we adopt said committee report.
There is a motion by the Majority Floor Leader to adopt the said committee report. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I move, Your Honor, that we open the period of discussion debate.
There is a motion by the Majority Floor Leader to open the period of discussion and debate. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
May I seek recognition of the principal author, Honorable Councilor Timothy Oliver Sarcal.
Councilor Timothy Oliver Sarcal is recognized.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, ito pong topic na ito was discussed in the previous na ordinance pero na-defer po natin for the sake of the rest of the council po para ma-review po nila, mabasa nila, and mapag-discuss din po natin ng maayos dito po sa agenda. As mentioned during the previous na session po natin, ito pong Manila Environmental Department na proposal po is merely an update din po of yung 1994 natin na ordinance, which was the creation of the Department of Public Services. And ngayon po ay i-rename po natin or kumbaga nag-create tayo in place of the DPS para po makompleto na po ang functions and definitions of the DPS as a truly environmental department po. Ang DPS was originally created para po sa mga waste management services lang po, or kumbaga pagkolekta ng basura at and other activities of the like. Pero as time progressed po, as I mentioned, noong 1994 po, di ba, nag-iba na po yung mga trabaho ng DPS. Tinulungan na po natin magdagdag ng mga iba't ibang mga posisyon over time sa City Council, pero lahat po to was named under DPS lang po. So ngayon po, for the longest time rin naman, ang DPS ay ang main liaison or congruent ng DENR. So lahat po ng mga programa doon dumadaan po sa DPS na related po sa Department of Environment and Natural Resources ay dumadaan po sa DPS. Although ang main definition po ng DPS sa ating ordinansa ay para lang po sa waste management. So ito pong pagtatrabaho po natin or pagpapapalit pa natin or paggagawa ng Manila Environmental Department is to take place and to update po the functions and definitions on paper ng DPS para po ito ay maging full-fledged po na environmental department para rin po hindi na po magkaroon ng problema sa loob ng DPS in terms of yung mga definition na meron po sila and talagang magawa po nila kung ano po talaga ang trabaho na they were set out to do. So, as mentioned rin po nung huling na usapan din po natin, yung mga posisyon po na kinreate naman po dito sa Manila Environmental Department are exactly the same naman po. Wala pong mababawasan na posisyon, wala rin po maidadagdag. Their budget will still remain the same, and this was been approved po and reviewed naman po ng City Personnel Office, reviewed and approved also, and no objection po ang City Legal Office. And ang mangyayari lang naman po dito, yung mga iba't ibang mga posisyon po ay na-rename lang din po para maging sapat na po ang kanilang trabaho sa bagong definition ng soon to be po, hopefully, na Manila Environmental Department. So, yun lamang po. I hope po I get the support of the City Council. And once this is approved naman po, hindi naman po agad-agad mag-transition ng DPS to Manila Environmental Department. We will still help them out in terms of scrap and build po para dun po sa mga posisyon. So this is yung nakalagay po sa ating ordinance right now is merely kung ano po yung mga posisyon na mailalagay po dun sa proposal po. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Your Honor, katulad po ng nasabi ko po nung nakaraang session, uulitin ko lang po for the record and confirming with the principal author, this ordinance proposes to repeal the ordinance creating the Department of Public Services, repealing its functions and staffing pattern. Tama po ba?
Councilor Tol Sargal.
Your Honor, ulitin ko po.
Yes.
I said this the previous session and I will reiterate my comment just for the record, Your Honor. So the author proposes to repeal the ordinance creating the Department of Public Services, redefining its functions, and scrapping its staffing pattern. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, even if this is a repealing ordinance, all of the existing employees of DPS will be absorbed by the Manila Environmental Department and no person shall be fired from their existing positions.
Yes, Your Honor. Wala pong ma-fire na mga posisyon po. Yung mga salary grade po na meron po yung mga existing na mga employees po natin right now, some positions po as nung na-propose po nung panahon nung committee hearing, rename lang po sila with the same salary grade or they will retain po yung same position doon sa function din po nila.
And Your Honor, after assuming that this ordinance is approved and passed for third and final reading, this will be submitted to the Committee on Appropriations, or an ordinance, a new ordinance will be crafted by the principal author with respect to the appropriations of this new office, as well as the creation of the positions as manifested in this ordinance. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Pagka-submit po sa Committee on Appropriations, doon pa lang po magkakaroon ng pagkakataon or mabubuksan po sa DPS po mismo, mag-umpisa po na kanilang transition. So, to be clear lang po sa buong council, hindi naman po natin agad-agad sila hahayaan naman na magpalit. This is merely the first step lang po sa kanilang transition towards the MED. So, right now po, in essence po, itong ordinance po na ito, ina-update po natin ang pangalan ng DPS and yung mga functions na meron po sa kanila that was lacking in the original ordinance po of the DPS.
Your Honor, last question. With respect to paragraph D, Enforcement Compliance Division, paragraph I, be responsible for the enforcement of laws, regulations, policies, and city ordinances, apprehension of violators pertaining to environmental protection and management. Ito po bang paragraph na ito, this power that I mentioned under paragraph D, letter I, is this an existing power of the DPS, or is this created solely because of the new department that we are proposing to create?
It is an existing power na po ng DPS because na during the 11th City Council po, meron rin po tayong na-create na environmental police within the DPS. Sila po yung in charge sa pag-apprehend ng mga environmental na mga violators, such as yung mga nagtatapon po ng basura sa maling lugar, yung mga nagsusunog po na sinusundan po nila kung ano po yung mga violations which is inside our environmental code that is existing already, which was authored by Councilor Uno Lim back in the 8th or 9th City Council po, if I'm not mistaken. And yung pag-deputize po dun sa mga environmental police, yun po ang mga sinusundan nila. So, bilang ang environmental police are all part of the plantilla of the Manila Environmental Department, susundan lang po nila kung ano po yung mga existing na mga trabaho na ginagawa na rin po nila right now.
So, Your Honor, for the record, ito pong letter D, paragraph I, ay base po ito sa environmental code at may power po ang Department of Public Services, which when this ordinance is approved becomes the Manila Environmental Department to apprehend violators pertaining to environmental management. Tama po ba?
Yes po, based na rin po kasi ito sa existing na ordinance na rin po natin within the city, which is yung ordinance po ng environmental police.
Ito pong ordinance na sinasabi niyo po, meron pong penalty clause na nakalagay po rito?
Sorry
Penalty clause.
Penalty clause?
Yes, with respect to the violation pertaining to environmental laws in the City of Manila.
Meron naman po. Doon po sa ordinance po na yun na kinreate po before, it was deputizing po. So naka-all-encompass na po doon sa buong ordinance po na yun, which was created during the 11th City Council po.
Ano po yung penalty clause?
If I may have 1 minute recess lang, Your Honor.
Your Honor, 1 minute recess.
Ibubuksan ko lang po yung
1 minute recess
older
declared by the chair.
ordinance.
gastronomical to the Department of Tourism, Culture and Arts of Manila seeks to go beyond welcoming guests and maintaining artifacts, bringing the limited functions of the Manila Tourism and Cultural Bureau to an entirely different level. They have identified 8 areas in Manila that may boost engagement of a bigger volume of visitors to the city. Hub 1, Tondo. At present, this widely residential area attracts tourists with its shopping mecca, Divisoria and Tutuban, the KKK Monument, Plaza La Liga Filipina, Plaza Marga, Plaza Moriones, Santo Niño Church, Tutuban Center, and Vitas Skate Park, which mainly entices same-day visitors. The plan includes improvement of the following areas: Plaza La Candula redevelopment, Plaza La Liga Filipina enhancement, Ugbo Food Strip, and Perfecto Endaya Food Strip. Hub 2, Binondo Escolta. A trip to this part of Manila would always involve a gastronomical experience mixed with cultural sightseeing. Today, 168 Mall, Antonio Luna House, Binondo Church, Burke Building, Chinatown, Lucky Chinatown, Escolta Street, and Plaza Lorenzo Ruiz are their main crowd drawers. DTCAM and BioDev propose to redevelop Escolta and Muelle del Banco Nacional. Hub 3, Santa Cruz, the only standalone hub among the 8. It is known as the flower capital of the metro for Dangwa, as well as the trade center for medical equipment. DTCAM and BioDev's projects include redevelopment of the Dangwa Flower Market, enhancement of Plaza Santa Cruz and Plaza Lacson, beautification of the LRT stations. Hub 4, Quiapo San Miguel Hub. While the Feast of the Black Nazarene always drives a trove of followers to the areas surrounding the Quiapo Church, there are other spots that may gain interest from tourists, such as the Basilica de San Sebastian, Carriedo Street, Casa Roses, Hospicio de San Jose, the Legarda Heritage Mansion, Malacañang Palace, Manila Golden Mosque and Cultural Center, Bautista Nakpil Heritage House, Plaza Miranda, Quinta Market, and San Miguel Church. The plan includes Plaza Miranda redevelopment, Carriedo redevelopment, Plaza del Carmen redevelopment, Golden Mosque area redevelopment, Quiapo Ilalim Souvenir Shop redevelopment, Hub 5, Sampaloc and Santa Mesa, hosts several colleges and universities, including the University of Santo Tomas, the Dambanang Apolinario Mabini, which is considered as a national shrine, is located in Santa Mesa in District 6. DTCAM and BioDev propose to include Mabini Bridge Enhancement, U-Belt Streetscape Enhancement, Plaza Bustillos redevelopment, LRT2 stations beautification. Hub 6, Intramuros and Port Area. The major attractions in Intramuros Port Area include the Ayuntamiento, Bahay Chinoy, Barbara's Heritage Restaurant, Bayleaf Intramuros, Casa Manila, Club Intramuros Golf Course, Colegio de Santa Rosa, Colegio de San Juan de Letran, Fort Santiago, Ilustrado Restaurant, Manila Cathedral, Lyceum of the Philippines University, Manila North and South Harbors, Mapua University, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, Plaza de Mexico, Intramuros Puerta Real Gardens, and Rizal Bagumbayan Lights and Sound Museum, San Agustin Church and Museum, Silahis Arts Center, and Walls of Intramuros. Proposed enhancement would be Intramuros Esplanade, Muelle del Rio redevelopment, Hub 7, Ermita Paco Malate. The major attractions in Ermita Malate Paco Hub include various restaurants such as Aristocrat and Bistro Remedios, district landmarks such as Bonifacio Shrine, City Hall of Manila, Quirino Grandstand, Rizal Park, religious sites such as Khalsa Diwan Sikh Temple, Ermita Church and Malate Church, museums such as National Museum of Fine Arts, National Museum of Anthropology, National Museum of Natural History, Museo Pambata, Metropolitan Museum, among others. Proposed improvements are Arroceros Urban Forest Park redevelopment, Freedom Park redevelopment, Raha Sulaiman Plaza redevelopment, Plaza Remedios redevelopment, City Hall Clock Tower redevelopment, Hub 8, Pandacan and Santa Ana. Pandacan and Santa Ana are both located in District 6. Santa Ana is known for its heritage district, which is composed of numerous historic ancestral houses, the Santa Ana Church, and its Camarin de la Virgen, where the patroness of Santa Ana is enshrined. The City Council of Manila passed an ordinance classifying the architectural district as a histo-cultural heritage or overlay zone. The former Pandacan Oil Depot will soon be redeveloped into a transport and food hub. The plan includes Plaza Calderon redevelopment, Santa Ana Key redevelopment, Liwasang Balagtas redevelopment, Lambingan Bridge enhancement, Manila aims to promote preservation of nature through its greening program, hoping to infuse air purification, widening of streetwalks, and ensuring safety everywhere are all major components of the said improvement plan. Moreover, the main thrust is to saturate visitors in the unique experience each carefully chosen hub offers, something that only a visit to Manila can bring. By putting this plan into effect, the city stands to boost its full potential to attract more visitors, which in turn would prove beneficial to its beloved residents today and for the generations to come. Let the rise of the city from the ashes of the pandemic be accompanied by projects that not only provide tangible effects, such as jobs, but with equally valuable intangibles such as hope, pride, and faith. Welcome po kayo sa Manila!
po, everything that we learn here in Malaya Planning, best practices nila is ma-duplicate niyo po sa kanya-kanyang barangay niyo once you get home. So, hindi ko na po papahabaan. Thank you again for coming here, and I hope you enjoy your stay here in Boracay. And yeah, that's all. Thank you very much po.
So yung kailangan i-ensure po ninyo, yung i-input ninyo na data at yung kalalabasan ng inyong mga programa. Okay? Dapat may impact sa mga kabataan. No?
Thank you for choosing Boracay Island as your venue for this activity, and have a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
So Malaya is a first-class municipality, no? So where the world-famous Boracay Island is located.
Importante yun kasi kung meron kayong kukolektahin, kailangan nyo mag-issue ng official receipt. Sa accounting accountable forms yun mabibili.
Hopefully, kung ano yung matutunan nyo dito ay mag-duplicate and maituro nyo sa kanya-kanyang council nyo and your respective barangays. Yun lamang po. I hope you guys enjoy your stay here in Boracay, and God bless you all po. Thank you.
Sana itong pagkakataon na to gamitin natin para sabay-sabay tayo umasenso sa Maynila. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat at maraming salamat.
Dahil nakikita sa inyo na isa kayong modelo sa barangay ninyo. Isang modelo ng kabataan na sa tingin naman ng kabataan ay ito ang magtutulong sa akin at tutulong sa akin upang maging maayos ang sitwasyon ng bawat kabataan sa barangay.
Lahat ng programang gagawin natin ay nakaplano. Kung wala pang budget, umpisahan nyo na para pag dumating yung budget, lapat na kayo ng lapat kung magkano ilalagay natin budget doon sa specific na plan na yun.
Kung tutusin lang yung calendar year, from January 1 to December 31 of that particular year. Kung ano yung mga transactions nyo during that particular year, yun ang i-record natin. Huwag natin i-record yung previous years because that should have been recorded during the previous year. Okay? Huwag po tayo mag-record nang hindi pa nabibili.
With the acquiescence of the principal author, since there are a lot of councilors that have proposed amendments to this ordinance, we will just defer the ordinance and amend it further to comply with the request of the other councilors. So with that, Your Honor, I move to defer action on item number 5, draft ordinance number 8711.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to defer action on item number 5. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Your Honor, when on item number 6, its first, second, and final reading. The Committee on Cooperatives, NGOs, and POs have rendered its committee report. I move that we adopt the committee report of the Committee on Cooperatives, NGOs, and POs.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to adopt the said committee report. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Your Honor, may I seek recognition of one of the principal authors, Honorable Benny Fag T. Abante III.
Councilor Fog Abante is recognized.
Magandang hapon po, Your Honor. According kay General Boy, isip ko, okay naman na po lahat ng dokumento nila and we're just again seeking support and approval po para po sa request po ng panganiban po ng Barangay 628 for their neighborhood association for the urban poor. Salamat.
With that, Your Honor, I move that we dispense with the period of discussion, debate, and amendments.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to dispense the period of discussion and debate and amendments. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I move, Your Honor, that we approve resolution granting the accreditation of Panganiban Interior Neighborhood Association for Urban Poor, Inc. with address at 1898 J.H. Panganiban Street, Santa Mesa, District 6, Manila, as people's organization in the City of Manila. Principal authors, Honorable Ricardo Boy Isip Jr., Honorable Benny Fag T. Abante III.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to approve draft resolution number 8181, a resolution granting the accreditation of Panganiban Interior Neighborhood Association for Urban Poor Incorporated with address at 1898 J.H. Panganiban Street, Santa Mesa, District 6, Manila, as people's organization in the City of Manila. Authored by Councilor Ricardo A. Isip Jr. and Benny Fog T. Abante III. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Consihal Jesus Tagapahardo Jr., Consihal Nina, Consihal Dr. J. Binaventura, Consihal Awi Sia, Consihal Apple Nieto Rodriguez, Consihal Papo Gosa Pascual, Consihal DJ Bagaching, Consihal Attorney Chris Bacani, Consihal Science Reyes, Consihal JTB Villanueva, Consihal Tol Sarcal, Consihal Attorney Lady Quintos, Consihal Terence Alibarbar, Consihal Roma Robles, Consihal Caloy Castañeda, Consihal Philip Lacuna, Consihal Ley Lacuna, Consihal Elmer Par, Consihal Lou Biloso, Consihal Joey Uy. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Maraming salamat po at papasalamat din po ang pamunuan ng grupong ito. Andiyan po yung kanilang presidente, si Adrian, saka po yung kanilang mga officers. Maraming salamat po.
Congrats. Naku, bawal pong pumalakpak. Walang kalapate.
Your Honor, we are now on item number 7, draft ordinance number 8605. An ordinance further amending section 2.8 of ordinance number 7755 as amended by including therein the loading and unloading areas of U-Town, Manila, Dapitan Tricycle Operators and Driver Association, Inc., and section 2 of ordinance number 7871 as amended by including therein its route measure capacity. Principal author, Honorable Joel J.T.V. Villanueva, and Honorable Timothy Oliver Sarcal. I move, Your Honor, that we approve for third and final reading and for publication draft ordinance number 8605.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to approve for third and final reading and for publication draft ordinance number 8605. Authored by Honorable Joel J.T.V. Villanueva and Honorable Timothy Oliver Sarcal. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Councilor J.T.V. Villanueva is recognized.
Your Honor, maraming po salamat, Your Honor. May I request, Your Honor, that my co-councilors in District 4 be made as co-principal author of this ordinance, Your Honor.
Sir Secretary, please take note of that manifestation.
Your Honor, we have one other resolution that needs our urgent attention, but it's not part of the agenda. With that, I move that we suspend the rules.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I have here a resolution commending and congratulating the winners at the Manila Film Festival Awards Night 2024, held on June 11 at Bulwagang Villegas in Manila City Hall. Principal author, Honorable Luciano Lu M. Veloso. I move that we tackle on the floor said draft resolution.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
May I seek recognition of Honorable Luciano Lu M. Veloso.
Councilor Luciano Lu M. Veloso is recognized.
Thank you, Your Honor. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ito po ay isang simpleng resolution po lamang na nagbibigay ng pagbati sa lahat ng mga nanalo sa Manila Film Festival Awards Night na ginanap noong June 11 sa Bulwagang Villegas. Ang Manila Film Festival ay isang mahalagang okasyon para sa ating industriya ng pelikula at ito po ay isang selebrasyon ng ating kultura at sining, kwento bilang isang bansa. Nais kong bigyang pagkilala ang mga natatanging individual at grupo na nagpakita ng kanilang kagalingan at pagkamalikhain at dedikasyon sa larangan ng sining, pati na rin po ang mga nominado at lumahok dahil sa kanilang mga gawa. Nagbigay kulay at buhay sa ating festival. Maraming salamat at patuloy kayong nagbibigay buhay sa ating industriya ng pelikula na patuloy na suportahan at ipagmalaki ang pelikulang Pilipino. Ang Maynila po ay nangunguna sa ganitong mga bagay at kung matatandaan natin, ang MMFF ay nanggaling dito sa syudad at hanggang sa nagpatuloy na tuwing Kapaskuhan ay pinapalabas itong mga dulang ito. Bakit ko po sinasabi kasi ito? Dahil ito'y nagbibigay ng kasiyahan at entertainment sa ating mga mamamayan. At the same time, ay nagbibigay din, nagko-contribute din sila ng revenues sa bayan. So napakahalaga po nito na kapwa nagtutulungan ang mamamayan at ang pamahalaan. Kaya maraming salamat din sa Maynila na nagsimula nitong ganitong festival at nagpapatuloy hanggang ngayon. At ngayon, meron na tayong sarili. For the meantime, ang Manila Film Festival na ginagawa taon-taon sa selebrasyon ng Araw ng Maynila. Yun lamang po, Ginoong Tagapangulo.
Thank you.
With that, Your Honor, I move that we dispense with the period of discussion, debate, and amendments.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to dispense the period of discussion and debate and amendments. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I move, Your Honor, that we approve a resolution commending and congratulating the winners of the Manila Film Festival Awards Night 2024, held on June 11 at Bulwagang Villegas in Manila City Hall. Principal author, Honorable Luciano Lu M. Veloso.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to approve a resolution commending and congratulating the winners at the Manila Film Festival Awards Night 2024, held on June 11 at Bulwagang Villegas in Manila City Hall. Principal author, Honorable Luciano Lu M. Veloso. Is there any second to the motion? Seconded by Consel Jesus Tagapahardo Jr., Consel Dr. J. Benaventura, Consel Avicia, Consel Roma Robles, Consel Maki Lacson, Consel Terence Alibarbar, Consel Tol Sargal, Consel Papo Goso Pascual, Consel Apple Nieto, Rodriguez, Consel DJ Bagaching, Consel Attorney Chris Bacani, Consel Science Reyes, Consel JTV Villanueva, Consel Doc Luis Chua, Consel Attorney Lady Quintos, Consel Caloy Caseñeda, Consel Philip Lacuna, Consel Elmer Par, Consel Joey Uy. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Councilor Lubilos.
Yes, Your Honor, and maraming salamat sa aking mga kasamahan ngayong alas 5:21 ay nagtatrabaho pa. At dahil dyan ay kayong lahat ay ginagawa kong principal author ng resolution na ito kasama ang ating Vice Mayor Yul Selvo at Presiding Officer po.
Thank you po. Councilor Lubilos. Mr. Secretary, please take note of that manifestation.
Your Honor, we have no more items to discuss. I move that we lift the suspension of the rules.
There is a motion by the majority floor leader to lift the suspension of the rules. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I move to adjourn.
There is a motion to adjourn. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is adjourned. Picture tayo.